Hey everyone, this is Cody Hess of Truth Exposed Radio, Weird Change San Antonio, and San Antonio for Ron Paul 2012. And I'm coming at you 24 hours before the official launch of the National Defense Authorization Act of 2012, which, after it was signed by the Lord and Savior Barack Obama, will give the executive branch the power to detain, torture, and even assassinate American citizens suspected of being terrorists within this nation. And this wide sweeping power has truly revealed that we in America are living under the worst tyranny that has befallen this nation since 1776. I mean, I'm not being dramatic there. This is the worst tyranny that we have befallen since we fought for freedom against the British Crown. And I want to historically go back really quick to talk about the Civil Rights Movement. And this officially started really in the late 50s, and it was a movement based on the principle of nonviolence and civil disobedience. And what they're really trying to do, the Black Americans and many other ethnicities that joined the ranks to fight for liberty for all Americans, wanted to reveal the truly disgusting nature of the Southern social fabric. And they did this by doing things like sit-ins and the freedom rides, which have now become famous, because by being nonviolent and conducting civil disobedience, they got the racist Southerners to react in a violent way, therefore revealing the true nature of the social fabric, how it was skewed to keep the blacks down in the South. And even this was even going on in the North, and that's why the Civil Rights Movement, furthermore expanded into the North. And this created some of the most vast change that America has ever experienced. I mean, the only movements bigger than maybe, or even equivalent to the Civil Rights Movement would be something like the labor movement, which happened in the 20s and, of course, the 30s during the New Deal. And these movements were based on a minority of people getting together and fighting for their rights. And this, going back to the Civil Rights Movement, this idea of civil disobedience is exactly what we need to be doing now. Because what they did during their time was reveal the social fabric of the nation, which was prejudice and racist towards Black Americans and Hispanic Americans and Asian Americans. And what we need to do now is reveal the social fabric, the political spectrum that is alienating true liberty. That is the two-party dictatorship ruled by the Republicans and the Democrats, which are therefore ruled by the higher organizations of the Council on Foreign Relations, the Bilderberg Group, the Trilateral Commission, and many other globalist organizations. And in 2012, we truly are facing the worst tyranny this nation has ever faced. And so we need to look back in history and see the movements which have truly defined the nation. And like I gave the example of the Civil Rights Movement, we need to bring back civil disobedience and actions that reveal the social and political fabric of this nation. Under this mainstream illusion that's been established since Edward Bernays, the early 1900s of this nation, with the founding of the Federal Reserve, this nation has been occupied, controlled, and skewed to be formed into a tyranny. The freest, most liberty-loving nation in the world has been taken over by evil and darkness, and that's truly what we face today. But it's not over, because I'm counting on everyone out there to get together now in the year 2012 and stand up and bring back liberty to the United States of America and to the entire world. Every human being living on this planet strives to be free. Every man, every woman, every child is born with the innate freedoms to live as a sovereign individual. It doesn't matter if you're an atheist, a Christian, a Muslim, a Hindu, a Jew. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if you believe in a God or you don't believe in a God, you get your liberties and your rights from merely being born. It doesn't matter if you're born into the highest 1% or the most average 99%. You are a sovereign individual deserving of all the equivalent rights that every human being on this earth is given by simply being born, because they are a human being. Governments have never, will never, and can never protect you. Your rights are fundamentally yours. The government is only there to protect them, and that's why in the year 2012 we need to initiate this revolution that is rising. You know, Ron Paul is the spearhead of the liberty movement in the United States of America, but remember, this tip of the spear, the very absolute tip of the spear, which Ron Paul resembles, is the smallest part of that spearhead. The largest part is made up by we the people. We the people hold the answer. If Ron Paul doesn't win the nomination, if Ron Paul even sells out and buys into the system at the end of this whole election, it doesn't matter. We the people represent the true change. And Ron Paul is just spreading that message on a national level. And he is absolutely a spearhead for the movement. But like I said, he's the spear tip. We are the rest of the spear. We can plunge into tyranny. We can fight this tyranny by simply being sovereign individuals and standing up for our rights and the rights of your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your fathers, your sons, and your daughters. We are all in this together. Whether you're a conservative, a liberal, a socialist, it doesn't matter. We're fighting for the basic fundamental rights to be a living, free human being on the planet Earth and in the United States of America. This Constitution is here. This is the government we have. And as long as we let these tyrants and these globalists and these evildoers run rampant in our country, we're never going to be free. We're going to be always under their control. And that's not the way things are meant to be. We need to rise up now. The revolution is now. Be the change you want to see in the world, because the change begins with me and with you. The change begins with your brother, your sister, and your best friend. Everyone needs to be out in the streets right now. You don't need to look to the people beside you, the people in front of you, or the people behind you. You need to look into your side of yourself. You need to discover the true spirit of resistance that is in each and every human being on this planet, because the spirit of resistance will fight this growing tyranny. Thank you for watching this video. Let's get active now. Let's bring liberty back. 2012 is only the beginning of this revolution. Things are only going to get worse from here on out. We have the moral high ground. We have the truth on our side. We can affect real change. Let's do it now in the year 2012, and we're not stopping until all our liberties and all our freedoms are given back to the sovereign individual and tyranny is completely erased from this nation. Thank you for watching.